Hello everybody, welcome to YouTube channel Enricher Biology. Previously we did composition of blood and lymph in human being. We are doing the human blood vascular system. Today we will do the structure of heart and its functioning in human being. Heart in human being and all mammals, all aves and crocodile, which is reptile, it is four-chambered. So in human being, heart is highly muscular structure and is present in between the two lungs in the upper thoracic cavity. Naturally, the lungs are present in the upper thoracic cavity. They will be also present. It will be also present in the upper thoracic cavity. However, its apex is somewhat pointed towards left side. It is highly musculature, covered by two protective membrane, pericardium, upper pericardium and lower pericardium. Empty to the pericardium, there is present a fluid which is called as the pericardial fluid. It helps in protecting the heart from shocks, etc. Then heart has four chambers, upper two auricles, lower two ventricles. I'm to say right auricle, right atria, you can say right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. These auricles in between, the atrium in between, they have a septum which is called as the interatrial septum. It is a somewhat weak septum. It is a muscle band. And in between the two ventricles also, there is present a strong band of septum, which is called as the interventricular septum. Then auricles and ventricles, they are also auricles are separated from the ventricles by another septum. And on the right side, and this septum, they also bear the opening to facilitate the blood flow from the auricles to the ventricles. Right atrium, in between the right atrium and the right ventricle, the septum has opening guarded by three flap-like structure, which is called the tricuspid valve. It prevents backflow of blood from ventricle to the auricle. Similarly, on the left atrium and between the left ventricle, there is present interventricular septum, and it also has opening to facilitate the blood flow. And this opening is guarded by two flap-like structure, and that called as the bicuspid valve. It is also called as the mitral valve. So, in addition, the heart is highly muscular, and in addition to this own muscles, another band of muscles, specific band of muscles are present, which form the nodal tissue, and nodal muscular system, nodal tissue. So one patch of nodal tissue is present on the right side of, on the upper right side of the right auricle, right atrium. A patch of nodal tissue is present on the upper right side of the right atrium. That is called as the sino-auricular node, SAN. It is called as SAN. This patch which I have shown in green color, SAN, sino-auricular node, it is also called as pacemaker. It is also called as pacemaker. Another patch of nodal tissue is present on the lower left side of right auricle, right atrium. On the lower left side of right atrium, near the ventricle, interventricular septum. Do you follow my point? Then from this is called as AVN, atrial ventricular node. From this AVN, through the AV band, atrioventricular band, another band of tissue arise which pass through the wall of the ventricle as well as through the interventricular septum, This band of tissue is called as bundle of his. The entire walls of ventricles, they are to say supply, provided with fibers, which is called as the Purkin's fibers. All these Purkin fibers, they unite with the bundle of his. So this is all about the structure of heart. On the, I have shown the right side in blue color, left side in the red color. Blue color means on this side there is impure blood. Red color means on the left side there is pure blood. On the right side is impure blood. On the left side is pure blood. Blood collected from all parts of the body. It is poured into the right atrium through anterior vena cava and posterior vena cava. Venules and venolets, they unite to form they merge to form the vena cava. In the anterior part of the body, it is called as the anterior vena cava. In the posterior part of the body, it is called as posterior vena cava. And these two vena cava, they pour blood into the right atrium. Right? Similarly, this blood is impure. Impure blood is collected by these veins. And the pure blood collected from the lungs by the pulmonary veins, impure blood collected from the lungs by the pulmonary veins, it is carried to the left atrium. So these pulmonary veins, they are opening into the left atrium. They pour pure blood into the left atrium. Then another pulmonary artery arises from the base of from the right atrium. Blood from the right auricle, then to right ventricle, passes to the pulmonary artery, and these arteries, they carry impure blood to the lungs for oxygenation. And similarly, blood from the left atrium to the left ventricle is passed to the aorta. It is passed to the aorta and is supplied to all parts of the body through arteries, arterioles and capillaries. So then, in addition to these tricuspid and bicuspid valve, semilunar valve was present at the base of, at the opening of, this aorta as well as the pulmonary semilunar valve. Semilunar valve are present at the opening of aorta as well as the pulmonary artery. Followed? So how the heart functions? Heart is myogenic. The nodal system in the heart is autopotential, autoactive. Its muscles create, potential or action potential itself, which cause contraction as well as the relaxation by the action potential. How does it occur? First of all, initially, both auricles and ventricles, both atria and ventricles, they are in joint diastole condition. Diastole means relaxation. So these auricles and atria and ventricles, they are in relaxed condition. The blood of pulmonary vein is passed through the ventricle through left auricle. So pure blood received from the lungs is passed from the left auricle to the left ventricle, then to the aorta. How does similarly in the joint diastole, what happens? Impure blood on the right side from the right auricle is passed to the right ventricle. Pure blood on the left side from the left auricle, left atrium is passed to the left ventricle when they are in joint diastole condition. Tricuspid wall, they are open in the diastole condition, in the joint diastole condition. Then what happens? In the SAN, sinoatrioventricular node, action potential is created. This SAN is autoexcitable. It is autoactive. This action potential causes contraction of auricles. It causes contraction of auricles. By the contraction, this is called as the atriosystole. It is called as the atriosystole. By the contraction of these auricles, the blood is passed from the atria, from the auricles, to their respective sites in the ventricles. That is, from the right auricle, right atrium, impure blood will be passed into the right ventricle. From the left atrium, pure blood will pass into the left ventricle. And more by the contraction, 30% of blood is passed through from the tricuspid valve. They will get open by the contraction of the muscles of the atria. Blood will be passed to the ventricles. So this is the second stage, that's atriosystole. Then this wave of contraction is passed to the another AVN, atrioventricular node, which will pass its wave of contraction to its action potential to bundle office through AV, atrioventricular band. So what will be the effect when bundle office they receive the action potential? The walls of ventricles, they will contract. They will contract. By the contraction, pressure will be exerted. The blood will flow into from the right side, from the right ventricle into the pulmonary artery, from the left ventricle into the aorta. So in the pulmonary artery, impure blood is pumped. In the aorta, pure blood is pumped. So this is the ventricular systole. When blood has been passed into their respective vessel, that is pulmonary artery and aorta, what will happen? Pressure inside both the ventricles, it is decreased. Due to decrease of pressure, the semilunar valve, they get closed. They get closed, and tricuspid valve, they get open, and so that in this case there is prevention of backflow of blood. Then again, they come, ventricle and auricle, they come in joint diastole state. So there is sequential events, and to the sequence of events, joint diastole, auriculoventricular systole, auricular systole, and ventricular systole, they are occurring simultaneously. Then joint diastole. This is called the cardiac cycle. One cardiac cycle takes about 0.8 seconds. And in the one cardiac cycle, 70 milliliter of the blood is pumped out. And in 1 minute, these 70 to 75 contraction and relaxations occur. Systole and diastole occur, and 5,000 milliliter of blood is passed out. 70 milliliter of blood which is pumped in one sequence, that is in one cardiac cycle, that is called as the cardiac stroke, a stroke volume. And the total blood which is pumped out in 1 minute through 72 diastole and joint diastole and systole, it is 5 liter. It is called as the cardiac output. It is called as cardiac output. So this is how does the heart function. So however, the speed of cardiac output Our cardiac cycle may be increased or decreased by a center which is present in the medulla through the sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. Sympathetic nerves, that is, they are the part of autonomous nervous system. Parasympathetic nerve are also part of the autonomous. Sympathetic nerve, they help in increasing the rate of heart functioning, and parasympathetic nerve, because they may decrease the rate of heart functioning. This is all about to say function of heart. Then one thing I should tell you, all the vessels coming out of heart are called as arteries. All the vessels coming out of heart, that is just like pulmonary artery, aorta, and further branches, they are called as the arteries. All arteries, they have pure blood except pulmonary artery. Remember it. All arteries, they have pure blood except pulmonary artery, but all arteries, they originate from the heart. All the vessels coming into the heart, just like pulmonary vein, anterior vena cava, posterior vena cava, they are called as the veins. They are called as veins. All the veins, they carry impure blood except pulmonary vein. So you remember this point. All the veins, they contain impure blood except pulmonary vein. All the arteries contain pure blood except pulmonary artery. So then one thing more, double circulation in heart. There is double circulation. That is, blood is passed to the heart twice. Once oxygenated blood come, then on the other side deoxygenated blood, and then it is passed out and again come inside. This type of circulation is called as the double circulation. I told you earlier, in fishes there is single circulation because blood is passed to the gills for oxygenation, but doesn't come to the heart again. It is pumped to the, it is distributed to the organs from the gills directly. That is single circulation. In amphibians and reptiles, it is incomplete double circulation, but in mammals and animals, it is double circulation. So this is all about, you can say, structure of heart and its functioning. Then what is electrocardiograph? Electrocardiograph, it is a measurement of heartbeat to know the condition of the heart of a patient. In this, what happens? Two leads, one each on the wrist of the patient, and one lead on the ankle is placed, and the machine they are connected with the machine, and the machine is switched on, and waves are drawn on the graph showing the diastole and systole condition, and their number per specific time shows the functioning of the heart, whether it is normal or not normal. This is all about ECG. Then we come to disorders in the heart. Yeah. So just one thing more I should tell you. The heart itself is supplied with the arteries, which are called as the coronary arteries. They supply blood to the heart for the functioning of the heart. Then coronary veins, they collect the impure blood from the heart. So this is then what are the heart diseases? Most common and first and foremost disease of heart: blood pressure. High blood pressure, it is the most common disease. Common normal blood pressure in a human being is 120/90 Hg. That is the pressure of mercury measured per minute, and 120 is the pressure during systole, 90 is the pressure during diastole. In some cases 80 also, 80 or 90 you can say. So you know why blood pressure occurs? When the blood flows with high pressure. Why blood flows with high pressure? Whether the quantity of blood is increased due to some substances, or the cavities or the lemurs of the blood vessels become narrow due to some fibrosis or to say deposition of cholesterol, any reason it may be. Then is coronary heart disease, when the heart muscular becomes weak and they do not function properly and it can't pump properly, then it is called as the coronary artery disease. Then is angina pectoris. In this case, there is pain in the chest, the heart function is reduced, and it is also due to the congestion in the to say human being in the lungs. Then one more is heart attack and heart failure. All these are the disease of the heart. Okay, bye. I think you must have followed it. Like it. Don't forget to subscribe it and share it with your friend. Have a good day.